Hello everyone, back with another video. Today we're going to solve a Microsoft data science question, Microsoft hard Python data science question. Let's get into it. So we need to find the total number of downloads for paying and non-paying customers by date. Include only records where non-paying customers have more downloads than the paying customers. The output should be sorted by earliest date first and contain 3 columns. So this is our output. This is how our output is going to look like: date, paying downloads, and non-paying downloads. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the data. So we're given 3 data frames. The first data frame is user ID and their account ID. Now let's have a look at the account data frame, which contains the account ID and tells us whether the customer is a paying customer or a non-paying customer. Now let's go with the downloads. Now this data frame tells us whether, according to the date, that particular user, how many downloads it has, right? So as you can see, the data is scattered in 3 data frames. So first we need to join all 3 of them. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, so first we're gonna join all of these data frames, right? So first we're gonna join the user data frame and account data frame on account ID. So you can see this is the user data frame, account data frame on account ID. We're gonna join these two first, and then its result is called df1, and then we're gonna join df1 on the download facts on user ID. Let's see this. Okay, so this is what we have. So we have the user ID, account ID, paying customer, date, and downloads, right? So basically we have everything we need. We just need to rearrange this output, right? So here comes the heat of the meat for the solution. So basically we're gonna use a pivot table, which is gonna pivot the sum of the downloads, right? So we're gonna use the pivot table and we're gonna use the sum of downloads, right? And we're gonna index by date. So here's how the output is gonna look like. So we're gonna have the date, and then we're gonna have, corresponding to the date, we're gonna have the downloads by the non-paying customer and by the paying customer. So we're gonna have 3 columns as we need in our output. So let's go. So this is the pivot table which we're going to use. Indexed by the date column is going to be whether there's a paying customer or a non-paying customer, and the value in that column is going to be the number of downloads, and we're going to sum those up. So let's see how it looks like. Okay, so you don't see the date column over here because the index has not been reset yet. So let's do that first. Okay, so now we have the date, and then now we have the downloads for non-paying customers, and then we have the downloads for paying customers, right? So we have our answer in front of us right now. All we need to do is make a couple of rearrangements. First rearrangement we need to do is we need to rename this column. Second rearrangement that we need to do is we need to only filter the rows where this column, the non-paying downloads, is greater than the paying downloads. So let's suppose this row, right? We need to keep this row, and also this one, because 45 is greater than 9, 15 is greater than 14, 10 is greater than 7, right? 32 is greater than 17, because the non-paying downloads are greater than the paying downloads. That's why we're keeping them in our output. So how are we gonna do that? We are basically first gonna rename the columns, right? And then we're going to only have the paying downloads greater than the I'm sorry, non-paying dollars greater than the paying dollars. That's it. And now if we print our answer, we have this in our very clean form. And if we submit it, solution is correct. So that's pretty much it. It was I would say this is quite an involving problem, mainly because of the pivot table concept which we're using. If you're unable to arrive at the pivot table, then it can be a little hard. Apart from that, if you got to the pivot table part, then I think it's a pretty smooth solution. So let me know how you think about this question. Ask away any doubts or concerns regarding this, and good luck on your data science interview journey. Take care. Bye bye. Ciao.